You know, I noticed if I just even like, I don't know why, of all people, I'm not even important. If I like a Shade Room Baller Alert or fucking whatever, Say Cheese post, immediately I'm a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like whatever against 6ix9ine or whatever, I just have my own opinions on certain things. I don't necessarily speak on them anymore because it causes so much fucking drama.
Right.
That whole situation with Freddie Gibbs and Akademiks.
I watched that video of him last night talking about you.
Bro.
I think it was the same night that he was going in on Chrissy Teigen, right?
Yeah, but he went in so hard, right?
Right.
Crazy part is, Adam, look, man.
I don't think I've seen him get that drunk in any of his stream clips since then.
Right. The problem is I would fuck him up, period. Like there'd be no, look, dog. I think the fact that like I got besides the fact that I have 160 stitches on my hands and I fought before, I would literally beat the brakes off that dude. He'd sue me. I know he would. I would fuck his whole life up. And Freddie knows me, and me and Freddie, I know people are like, oh, Freddie's a real gangster, you know, Freddie Gibbs, da-da-da-da. When we talked about it, it was like, man, come on, bro. Like just a weird thing. But I mean, I remember one time he showed up to Complex Con. I used to talk to Act, you know, whatever. And he's big and cool, but he's just, all he's doing is reblogging other people's shit. And like he's, you know, and he has his little opinions here and there and whatever. I just thought it was funny. I just laughed because the picture and what Freddie was saying was funny. But for him to go out like, bro, Freddie's probably gonna win a fucking Grammy this year. You know, that means something. Some people don't, but.
But what did you say? You did say something that Ack was gonna like have to take aggressively, right? Like you said something that was basically like Freddie's destroying him, right?
Oh yeah, but who cares? What does that mean? I said, yo, man, Freddie's killing Akademiks. And he said, you da-da-da-da, this and that, you hip-hop African-Americans. Bro.
That was the quote. Yeah. I forgot about that until I saw yesterday, hip-hop African-Americans.
And all Freddie did was talk about hip. He's like, yo, that was the funny. And we were talking off, you know, on chat and fucking FaceTime, whatever. The thing with that is this. He keeps saying like, oh, you do this, this, and this, and you shake. No, you don't. I don't. Nobody has no receipts on me when it comes to jewelry.
Yeah, he was kind of calling you a scammer and stuff.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's come on, man. Look, dude.
Jewelry's a scam inherently, right?
It depends.
As a non-participant, that's what I was kind of thinking when I was watching that. I'm like, charging exorbitant prices for jewelry that's the whole business, right?
It really, at the end of the day, yeah, it's a luxury business. You could say that about Gucci. You could say that about certain things, right? But at the same time, when you become a brand name, like a Gucci or like a Cartier, whatever, you kind of charge what you want. I used to make 25, 30 chains a year. Guess what? I make maybe 4 to 5 a year for the last 3 years. And guess what? I made more money in these last 3 years than any other jeweler on Instagram has made ever, period. It's not even look, it's not even a contest. Right. It's like trying to compare Dr. Dre to, shit, I don't want to say another producer's name that fuck, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like someone who's been around for 3 or 4 years that's hot, like you just can't, because there's a level of, you acquire a certain level of wealth, and then you add to that, and then you just get this surround sound generational wealth that's surrounded with you in certain things. And I've just been very smart about my business. You know, so to say certain things, people don't know what the fuck, you know, I do. I think people Google my net worth and see like a crazy number, but that's not accurate. But I know what I'm doing because I know what the jewelry game is. What it is in the last 2 years, I've walked away from hip hop artists as much as possible. Really? You know, if it's somebody from hip hop, it'd be like Kid Cudi, you know, who's established. He's not like, you know, some new kid trying to get a name, and that's just not what I do anymore, you know?
There's a lot of jewelers and a lot of people out there who are really like chasing after building a brand name by being the one to link up with blank new artists. And it's like, that is the problem for you, is that as your business has become bigger and bigger, you just can't even, like, the idea of taking on that constant pressure of always wanting to link with the new top artist, it's not really going to increase your bottom line. It's not really where you want to take your business. But then there are newcomers to the space who can really specialize in hitting that market, right?
There are. I'm just not there in my life right now. Like, I'm in a different place where I want to be in museums. I'm trying to do brand partnerships. Like I did this thing with Snickers. I'm doing it. I keep trying to push it to a different level of the game. You know, when they have these jewelry awards and they have these things like the Academy Awards, but whatever, there's only like 1 or 2 that are really, you know, like prestigious. There's never been anybody in my cab that's even close. So there's never been, none of those guys have been nominated. That's why I always tell people, it's like, you haven't been nominated, bro. You're not even acknowledged. People don't even know you exist. Does that not mean does that mean you suck? No, because there's amazing, there's probably some great artists who got snubbed from the Grammys, whatever, but they haven't even fucking acknowledged you. So stop it, bro. You know, but at the same time, just because you have, you know, Metro Boomin or Trippie Redd or whatever, these new dudes, like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and some people complaining. A lot of, jewelry it's a weird thing. And then there's these guys that are all fighting in this one like circle. Let's say like 3 or 4 jewelers that are always competing for the same people. Bro, that jewelry's not loyal. You know what I mean? Like these people, they'll go to anyone. There's things that are free. There's people getting shout outs. Like, dog, I'm so past that. Like, I don't even give a fuck about that,
When you see something like Icebox having a poppin' YouTube channel with all these videos of rappers browsing their shelves and stuff, how did you feel about that? Because it is interesting how it's kind of, jewelry was always this sort of like secretive, shrouded, mysterious business, right? And now it's like, no, we're putting it all on Front Street. Here's our entire business. We're going to show you everything. We're going to show you our clients.
Right.
The game has changed.
It is, and at the same time, for their business, it's smart. I know Mo, I know Zahir. They have a business, and they're smart about what they do, and I'm not going to knock that. Do I have an opinion about the quality, the level of their jewelry? Yeah, sure. Am I going to talk about it? No. For what? For whatever reason. Like, there was an issue where there was a guy named Fake Jewelry Buster, and he was shitting on everyone. The only person he didn't shit on was me. Or like Jacob or someone big. He just constantly shit on people, so they thought it was me. And then people are saying, oh, blah, blah. I was like, look, dog. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Not hypothetical, I'm going to ask you a real question. If you look at me and you've known me for 5 years or whatever, what's one thing you know about me, especially when you look at my page now, you don't see, what's one thing that you know that I love in my life? I live for that.
Baseball cards.
Come on, man. Something more deep.
Your
honestly.
family.
My family. Would you say that I'm pretty serious about being a dad?
You seem very serious.
Okay.
We definitely have to talk about that today.
I put on my kid's life. You don't put those, what I'm saying? Like, bro, I would wish my kids to die a terrible death tomorrow if that was my account. Could you, what I'm saying? When I say something like that, if it was like, people cap, that ain't me, man. My life is definitely very unusual and very weird and very, very, in a way, like, I don't want to say spectacular, but I've had a crazy life, right? A crazy career. I don't have that time for that shit. So like, it's funny, Icebox had blocked me. So, one thing I'm proud of is this. For the longest time, undisputed wise on some Floyd Mayweather shit, I was the undisputed champion of that game. And it just got boring. And I'm doing other things where, and I'm still making more money because I'm doing a different type of thing. I'm not taking a $25,000 job or $60,000 chain job. I won't do it, But if it's something creative and shit, I'll do it. Now, when it comes to Instagram, every one of those guys have bought followers. Like I did an audit on my account the other day. It was like 74, 80%. Every one of those guys is like 40, 50%. So half the followers are fake. Like, and my engagement is higher. That's what matters to me. Like I didn't have to go and get 4 million followers, 5 million followers. I didn't need to, it's just been, and again, I'm older than all of these motherfuckers, which makes it even harder because in the culture, in this whole thing with Uzi saying, oh man, pretty much if you're over 25, you washed up. If you're 30, and just.
He's like 25 now, isn't he?
He might be.
He's about to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is young people or people who spend a relatively short period of time in the spotlight just don't really have any fucking clue of like what it is to maintain a career over 20 years or whatever.
They have no idea.
And just how challenging it is and how easily it is to be written off as washed or over or whatever and to continue reinventing yourself. And just the fact that like if you are popping in 2010, whatever makes you popping at that time probably is not going to be enough to make you popping in 2020.
And you have to keep evolving.
Yeah.
That's why I respect E40 so much and other people who are still in the game and figure things out and still, identify and connect to the youth.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I don't really have. I wish I had a recipe and wrote it down or had directions of how I could do this again. But like you said, each year it changes, or every couple years you have to kind of just always. And I have to reinvent myself almost all the time. But I think a couple more years and I'm just done. I'm just gonna be a washed up dad and just chill.
Right. I mean, but if you like, I get it because shit just gets boring, and it's shit that people think is the coolest shit in the world. Like if you have a new Instagram clip of you presenting a fucking crazy ass chain to an artist, it's like, I mean, do you want to do that 100 times a year? Do you want to post one of those videos every fucking day?
They do.
But if that's all you have as a business, then it makes sense to double down on that. But for me personally, it's like, even just like, there's been multiple times where it's like our content just started to kind of feel stale. And it's like, do you really just want to like do the same ass vlog going backstage with some rapper when they're playing at the Novo? Do you just want to do that over and over and over for the rest of your life? Like at a certain point, I just got to be like, no, like I just can't do that because it's so not inspirational to me. It's just so like
right.
Once something becomes really redundant, but there's a lot of people who that is what they want out of their life. They find one thing that they like doing, and then they'll just do it over and over and over. I feel like you and me are kind of different in that we clearly want to build something.
Right. I mean, dog, I'm just, again, it was just enough was enough. I don't give a fuck about that. Even when Drake needed some stuff recently, and that's my boy, you know, I sent one of my employees to go deal with it and whatever. And what was the song? Kiki, Do You Love Me? I forgot what the shit was, whatever.
Right.
But that song, like, they did Grills Boom, and I sent Key. How funny, Kiki. I sent my employee's name is Key. Some of my employee Key and Boom, and he was like so excited about it. And I was like, hey man, look, don't say shit, don't ask any questions, don't ask for pictures, don't do shit, just chill, go there, and you know everything's gonna be good. You know, I'm not really excited to go meet celebrities here and there. There's a couple people who I'm interested in because I just find out about them recently. I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, you know, everyone knows about this guy. Oh, I never heard about. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Kid Leroy, is that his name?
Yeah.
Fucking super cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then there's a couple things here and there, and like, I'll come across some people. I used to be the dude. Now, look, I'm standoffish. I don't really be out like that. I don't go out, not because I'm old. It's just I have other things to do. But I went out for so many fucking years. I was a nightclub DJ, right, and also going out. I don't care about that. But when I see some of these people that, like, people hit me up all the time. Hey, what's going on tonight? Nigga, fuck, I would know, motherfucker. Like, why would I know?
You're not going out at night anymore, right?
Yeah, but
me
like,
neither. I can't even imagine.
I used to be the dude to be like, I'm only gonna follow 30 people.
Right.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
And I remember me and you talk about, hey man, you gotta follow me back because I'm gonna follow you. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Now I'm kind of a lot more accepted to that and try to be cool and whatever.
But that's because we're old men now. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck my ratio up and just follow 1,000 people.
Yeah. That's what I'm at. I just feel like, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna follow, you know, and just is what it is.
That's a young, cool kid thing to be like, I'm gonna follow 3 people. I'm gonna follow 0.
You know what's fucking funny? Yeah, follow 0 people, right?
Oh, you're so badass.
Get over your fucking self. You know who fucking messaged me during that fucking AK fucking Freddie Gibbs beef? Take a wild guess.
I don't know.
Celia, what's her name?
Selena Powell?
Selena Powell.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, don't you ever talk about my man like that. And I was like, what the fuck is this 305 number? Like, bitch. And then I didn't reply to it. Right. Or was it 3? It was some fucked up number. Then, like 2 months later, she goes, I just want you to understand, I'm not mad at you, but you had to understand that I was like, you know, you said some shit about me and I just had to defend them or whatever. And I still didn't reply. I was just like, all right, cool. You know, like, it's, and I see, you know, I know she's like family of the show, right?
Well, yeah. We're friends. Ak and her have been very hot and cold. So I'm not surprised to hear that honestly, it was changing like that, yeah.
I just laughed, you know, and she's a kid. Like look, she was successful at being a seductress or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't
you
know.
Never got seduced?
In my life?
No, by her.
No, I mean, did she come on to me, you mean, or are you talking about?
No, I'm just wondering if you ever felt the need to, maybe you met up with her at the Radisson or something?
Never in a million years.
Okay.
Never in a million fucking years.
I got to check, you know?
Never in a billion years.